while it was going on. But of course, we do know that Uriah got the finish in the 4th round.
Yeah, he really did. He started out on fire, too. You know, Anderson Silva really came out with a great game plan and showing something that he really didn't show early out. You know, he had a lot of early aggression. Normally, Anderson Silva sit back and just does a feeling out round for the first round. But you see in that first round, he gave Hall all he can with a lot of creative technique, pushing Hall back, getting him on his heels a little bit here. As you see the inside kick there from Hall, he started to kind of get into the range and started to get warmed up, as you see with his spinning techniques. But, you know, for the most part, it was Anderson Silva in the beginning of the fight until you seen Hall start to get more comfortable, and you see a little poke in the eye. You didn't know what was going to happen there, but it was just great action all the way. And then you see the overhand right by Hall, and at that point, it looked as if Anderson was going to get finished, but it was short time left in that round, and it kind of saved Anderson. And we thought maybe Anderson would be able to get his legs back, but there it is again. Short right hand again, right over the top, put Anderson down, and it was just pretty much over after that. Great fight by Hall. Way to come back and way to believe in himself and find a way to really know that he can compete with the great Anderson Silva.
A huge hurdle to overcome, fighting somebody who you idolized at one point, who you looked up to. He did a fantastic job with that. Silva had success early in the round, like you said, with that hook. I can see Hall thinking about countering those low kicks. His corner was urging him to throw that right hand, and he did very well at hurting him in that 3rd round and capitalizing on that 4th and final round.
Well, certainly there's a lot for us to talk about, but we definitely want to hear what Uriah has to say about beating Anderson Silva. He's standing by with Megan O'Leary.
Thank you so much, Karen. Well, Uriah, obviously you're in great spirits here, as you should be. Would you call this the biggest victory of your career?
Yes, I think this is probably the biggest victory of my career. I mean, there were so many emotions leading up to this fight because, you know, I idolized the guy. I looked up to him for so long. I learned a lot. I mimicked him, and to separate those emotions going in there was pretty tough. And, of course, having my coaches behind me just reminding me how great I am and what I've contributed, and my teammates just constantly preparing me, I felt really good going in there. So, yeah, definitely a highlight.
You seemed to be more comfortable as the fight went on in those early rounds. What was that like? Was it a feeling out process? Were you being cautious because he is dangerous at every second? I mean, what was really, especially that 1st and 2nd round, like for you?
I started to just see everything. I mean, I'm my best when my mind is calm. And, of course, being in shape plays a big role because that's one of my, you know, downfall in my past. I always wanted to make sure I'm in the best shape. And the strength and conditioning program I've been doing just makes me feel like an elite. So with that in the back of my head saying, how come I'm not taking a breath yet? It boosted my confidence. Of course, seeing everything and catching him, like, okay, he can't really get me. I was just playing everything in there right.
Yeah, and obviously it all worked out for you. You had a really nice moment with your coach here, talking off camera just about the work that you've put in. How much confidence did you get from knowing, okay, you've been preparing for fights. You haven't been just standing outside of the sport, not really paying attention. You've been working every single day to get to this point.
Well, it goes back to consistency, because in anything you do, you got to be consistent with it. I mean, anything. If you really want to be good at it, of course, there's going to be negative affirmations, things, people, but to follow those guidelines, to have on your blinders and to still move forward. In this world right now, with the pandemic and everything else, it's so key to lock in. And of course, having those right people surrounding you is always going to help. Sometimes you can't do it alone, and I've learned that. You know, I'm a loner. So being in the right mindset, being with the right teammates, being at the right gym is just helping me propel.
And after a fight like this, when all of the hard work does pay off and the coaching is right and the consistency is key, I mean, what does that tell you about yourself and where you could potentially go in the future?
It definitely tells me I can go far. I mean, even Anderson said it too. You know, he told me, hey, man, you can be the champ, you know, and he spoke to me a little bit about the mindset of things. Wasn't really geared to being weak. It was more of just like train your mind as well to become a complete athlete, a complete warrior, a complete martial artist. And it was a moment that I don't think anyone could ever take away from me, because idolizing this human being for what he's done for the sport and, of course, helping me to be where I am, I just kind of took it all in right then and there, and I burst out in tears.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back on the first time seeing Anderson Silva and wanting to possibly emulate him or train with him to, you know, kneeling together inside the octagon after you defeated him, what really does that moment do for you emotionally?
The first word I can think of is honor. I mean, I know the game of the sport is changing. You know, we can separate the politics and all that stuff, but I'm a true veteran. I'm a true martial artist to myself first. I owe it to myself to be myself. So the fact that I met another individual like myself, it felt really cool. So that tells me that, hey, there's much more work to be done. I spoke about it that Izzy didn't finish him. You know, I'm not going to take anything away from Izzy. I know he's a champion. He got to where he got to with hard work and dedication. But at the same time, you know, I'm still in that realm, and I feel like I'm one of the last OGs to go out there and do what I do best.
Yeah, well, I know that belt is firmly in your sights. Congratulations on a massive victory. And guys, okay, at the desk, I just want to tell you, just because Uriah got a victory doesn't mean it's the only thing he's been working on. I know you want to, you know, work on those broadcast skills, so take it away.
Yes, so Karen and Rashad, right?
And Alan Joban.
So guys, you know, I feel really great back here. I think me and Megan are doing a fantastic job. I think we can do a dynamic duo whenever you guys are ready, and switch places.
Well, Uriah, you know I'd love to have you. You know my mom
Back
would love
to you,
to have. My mom would love to have more Jamaicans up here, if I'm being honest. Congratulations, Uriah. And yeah, keep working on it. I mean, he's got the looks for it. The guy can pull off a suit and everything as well. Obviously, he's in great spirits. It's a big, 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 huge win for him. Alan, I know, like, on this one for you, you were kind of torn on this one because you admire Anderson so much, but I know if you put yourselves in his place, like, how good that must feel.
I said it earlier. I mean, I'm such an Anderson fan, but I couldn't be happier for somebody else to beat Anderson in his last fight than somebody like Uriah Hall. So respectful. And watching this interview with him, you pick up on the focus that he's at, and just calm and comfortable in his own skin right now. It seems like he's in a really good place mentally. And as a fighter, we're head cases. We said it all the time. We need to be in that kind of calm place where we're happy. He's always said, I'm a loner as well. So you don't always want to be with big teams. You want to be with a coach that you like. And the other thing is, I'm seeing this one-punch knockout power come back with him. You know, it doesn't have to be spinning kicks. It's one punch. It's hurting people. It's sitting him down. We saw he put Anderson down twice in this fight. So he's got this one-punch knockout power. He's got the meat and potatoes, the boxing, and he's got the spinning kicks as well. He's got a good road ahead of him if he's looking for that belt in the future.
Well, let's